My name is Sara, and I am married to a man who has never hurt me. He has never raised his voice at me in anger. He has never insulted me in front of others. He has never forgotten an anniversary or failed to provide for our home. He is the kind of man mothers pray their daughters will marry. He is patient, responsible, gentle, honest. People respect him. My parents admire him. My friends say I am lucky, and perhaps in many ways I am. Yet there is a truth I carry silently inside my chest. Like a folded letter I never dare to open in front of anyone. I don't love my husband. Our marriage was not born from passion or poetry. It was born from logic. Our families met. Tea was served. Questions were asked. Expectations were measured. Promises were exchanged. Everyone smiled. He's a good man, they said. You will be happy. Love comes after marriage. I heard those words again and again, like a gentle promise whispered into my future. Love will come later. Love grows with time. Love arrives quietly. So I waited for love the way someone waits for rain in a dry season. Hopeful, patient, certain it must come eventually. In the beginning I tried. I truly did. I memorized the way he liked his tea. Not too sweet, but warm enough to steam his glasses. I learned that he preferred silence in the mornings and conversation at night. I cooked his favorite meals and asked about his day with genuine attention. When he spoke, I listened carefully. When he smiled, I smiled back. When he reached for my hand, I did not pull away.
I respected him deeply, but respect is not love. Care is not passion. Kindness is not fire. There was something missing, something invisible but heavy. At night, when the house became quiet and the world outside slowed down, I would lie awake beside him and stare at the ceiling. He would breathe peacefully next to me, comfortable, certain, secure in our marriage, and I would feel empty, not heartbroken, not angry, not miserable, just empty. It is a strange feeling, to share a bed with someone and still feel alone. Not alone in pain, but alone in emotion. There was no spark when he touched my hand. No sudden warmth in my chest when he said my name. No flutter in my stomach when he looked at me. Only calm, only stillness, only silence. He loved me. I could see it in the way he worried when I caught a cold, in the way he saved money to buy me small gifts, in the way he defended me if someone spoke unfairly, in the way he dreamed out loud about our future, children, travel, growing old together. He loved me the way books describe good husbands. Steady, loyal, protective. And watching him love me made my truth even heavier. Because he deserved someone who could love him back with the same depth. Someone whose heart would light up at his presence. Someone whose voice would soften with affection, not just politeness. I wished I could be that woman. But wishing does not create feeling. I never compared him to another man. There was no secret lover, no hidden romance, no unfinished love story from my past. I never wished for someone else. I simply wished to feel something more. Sometimes I would watch romantic films and wonder how it must feel to look at someone and feel electricity in your veins. How it must feel to miss someone even when they are only gone for an hour. How it must feel to love without effort. For me, everything felt like effort, even affection. There were days I blamed myself. Maybe I am ungrateful. Maybe I expect too much. Maybe love in real life is not like the stories. Maybe this calmness is what marriage truly is. I questioned my own heart more than once. Why can't I love a man who gives me everything? Why does my heart remain silent when it should speak? Why does something inside me stay closed? I searched for answers in prayer, in self-reflection, in quiet moments alone. But the truth remained the same. Love cannot be forced. It cannot be trained. It cannot be created out of duty. One evening, after a long day, I found him sleeping on the sofa. The television was still on, and his glasses had slipped slightly down his nose. He looked peaceful, innocent, safe. I sat beside him and watched him for a long time. This man trusted me completely. He believed in us. He believed in our forever. And in that moment, something painful but clear settled inside me. He had done nothing wrong. The problem was not him. The problem was the absence of something neither of us could control. Love. You cannot punish someone for not loving you, and cannot punish someone for not loving you, and you cannot punish yourself for not feeling what does not exist. Many times I thought about telling him. I imagined sitting across from him at our dining table and saying the words gently, I respect you. I care for you. But I do not love you. But what would those words change? They would not create love in my heart. They would only create pain in his. Truth is powerful, but it is also dangerous. Some truths heal. Some truths destroy. I chose silence. Not because I wanted to lie, but because I did not want to break a man who had never broken me. So I stayed. I stayed loyal. I stayed respectful. I stayed kind. I became a good wife in action. Even if my heart remained quiet, I celebrated his achievements. I stood beside him at family gatherings. I supported his dreams. I fulfilled my responsibilities. From the outside, our marriage looked stable, even admirable. And in many ways we did not fight. We did not shout. We did not wound each other. But we also did not burn. Over time, something changed. Not love, but understanding. I stopped waiting for fireworks. I stopped expecting butterflies. I stopped comparing my life to stories. Instead, I began to see marriage differently. Not as a romance, but as a partnership, a commitment, a shared path. There is strength in stability. There is dignity in loyalty. There is peace in acceptance. And I found comfort there. Some women live with heartbreak, loving men who hurt them. Some live with regret, wishing they had chosen differently. Some live with betrayal, discovering lies too late. I live with acceptance. My life is not dramatic. It is not passionate. It is not tragic. It is steady, quiet, calm. And sometimes that is enough. There are moments when I look at him and feel gratitude instead of longing. Gratitude that he is kind. Gratitude that he is faithful. Gratitude that he is gentle.
Love may be absent, but respect remains.
And respect is not small. Respect is powerful. Respect is a choice made daily. Love is a feeling. Respect is a decision. And every day, I decide to honor him. Does that make me cold? Does that make me dishonest? Perhaps some would say yes. But I believe honesty is not always loud. Sometimes honesty is quiet endurance. Sometimes honesty is admitting something only to yourself. I know my truth. I do not love my husband, but I do not betray him either. I do not humiliate him. I do not harm him. I protect his dignity as carefully as he protects mine. Years from now, perhaps nothing will change. Perhaps love will never arrive. Or perhaps in some quiet, unexpected way it will grow, not as fire, but as warmth. And if it never does, I will still know this. I chose dignity over desire. I chose loyalty over impulse. I chose peace over destruction. My marriage may not be a love story written with passion and poetry, but it is a story of restraint, of maturity, of strength, and maybe that is its own kind of love. Not the kind that makes your heart race, but the kind that keeps your home standing, the kind that protects instead of consumes, the kind that stays. This is not a story of betrayal. It is not a story of secret affairs or dramatic endings. It is a story of a woman who looked at her heart honestly and chose responsibility. It is a story of quiet truth, and this is mine, and maybe that is enough. Maybe not every heart is meant to burn brightly. Maybe some hearts are meant to glow quietly, steady, controlled, enduring. The world teaches us that love must be dramatic. It must shake you. It must consume you. It must make you forget yourself. But what if love can also be discipline? What if love can be choosing someone every day, even when your emotions are silent? There are evenings when he sits beside me, reading the news aloud, sharing small details about politics, work, or the neighbor's new car. His voice is calm, predictable, safe. I watch his face while he speaks, and I realize something strange. I may not feel passion, but I feel familiarity, and familiarity is powerful. It means I know the rhythm of his footsteps in the hallway. I know the exact way he clears his throat before speaking seriously. I know the difference between his tired silence and his peaceful silence. These are not the signs of a stranger. These are the signs of a life shared. Perhaps love is not always a storm. Perhaps sometimes it is a roof that protects you from storms, a roof that stands firm even when the winds are strong. I once believed I was waiting for something more. Now I wonder if I was simply misunderstanding what I already had, because not all blessings arrive wrapped in excitement. Some arrive wrapped in stability, and stability, though quiet, is rare. So I continue, not trapped, not miserable, not pretending, just living beside a good man, living inside a calm marriage, living with a heart that may not race, but does not regret. And maybe, when I look back years from now, I will not remember the absence of fire. I will remember the absence of fear, and that might be enough.